I wish more games would have like copied Gunsmoke. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
All right.
What's up, everyone? It's me, Aquas again, and I'm also co-commentated by Maximo, aka Orc Commander. What's up, Maximo?
Yo, what's up, everybody? You ready for some Gunsmoke? Because I am.
Yep, this is a Capcom classic from I think '85 or '86. Forget which year. Really, actually, a phenomenal game. One of the best games, arcade games from back in that era. I'd say Capcom was just going insane with their releases in this era. So many hits. They were the king of arcades when Gunsmoke came out, and this game really stands the test of time and gameplay wise. You have a gameplay system that's not been matched really around the time of the game was released, nor really ever, and that's the system of firing in 3 different angles with 3 face buttons. So you have the button 1, you fire diagonal up left, button 2 fires forwards, and button 3 fires diagonal upright. And then you can actually do button combos to actually do in between both of the angles, as well as if you do like button 1 and button 3, you can do like a side-to-side attack. And so yeah, there is definitely some finesse that goes into pressing your attack buttons, and those are your buttons in Gunsmoke. No grenade like Commando. And then you're also going to have your power-up system. Oh, so DenT's underway. Anyway, stage 1's really boring. But yeah, so like you have your power-up system. You got your speed-up boots. You can see those down there collected. And then you have like your rifle power-up, which is distance on your right on the attack. And then there's also the bullet power-up, and that's the bullet speed. And all of these are really important to have, and he's not going to get the bullet speed till like the next stage or the next 2 stages. But yeah, so like those power-ups stack when you collect them out of the barrels. You shoot the barrels, and then the barrels have the set item that's in them. There's the horse, and that's gonna basically be a shield that can take a few hits. That horse, and that's really important to get in the stages that the horse is available. Back to what I was saying about the power-ups. Yeah, so you stack the power-ups, and basically you have like one base effect of having a power-up, but when you die, it takes away one of the power-ups from your stack, and so basically just stack the power-ups so that when you die, you don't go back to default minimal power, which sucks. Like the minimal speed is butts, like minimal everything is really crappy. So as long as Dent doesn't like die a lot, he's gonna build up those power-ups and he'll be fine on power-ups for the whole run. But yeah, stage one down. It's gonna be a 10-stage game. Fighting the various bosses. He plays as a dude who's like taking on these bounties. Joe Keep, we believe, is the sheriff. You see his name on the flyers there. I think Joe Keep is the sheriff, and then like you're just. I think. Oh yeah, you're supposed to play as Billy the Kid in this game. That's right. Yep, Billy the Kid. I think is the character.
Yes.
Classic shit.
Yeah.
It's a really great game. So yeah, just some more. Just go over some other quick mechanics here. All these enemies that are popping up, they do come at the same location every run, but it's these enemy types, these different enemy types that you'll want to pay mind to. Notably, the gray enemies. We call them just grays. They have like the gray pants and shirt with like the tan suit with the tan over vest. Yeah, those enemies are like the boss of the game. Once they're on screen, they kind of like dart around randomly, and then your biggest fear in this game is those grays getting behind the character. You do not want that to happen at all costs. So like, so Dent's going to be employing some good flanking and moving around, and like those grays will kind of follow you around too. So you can kind of like move up and like bait them up, and then like circle back around in case you got one like hanging out the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, just managing everything so that you can deal with what's coming up ahead.
So but basically just a lot of crowd control in this one. As the stages go on, the game does ramp up in difficulty. Notably, some of the bosses are going to have specific strategies that Dent's going to use to take them out. If you don't use those strategies, you're basically just not going to survive. It's just that kind of brutality of the arcade back in the day. But I think up until well, some of the bosses have like cheese, but many of the other ones are just pretty honest fights. So here he is at this guy throwing like these knives. I think it's Roy knife here.
Yep, that is Roy.
Yeah, so the damage. So how you damage bosses is kind of weird in this game. When they get a lot of invincibility frames from jumping around. Usually when they're on the ground, that's when you can actually hit the bosses. And it's not just like one hit that damages them. You actually have to like hit them multiple times until they take damage. That definitely takes getting used to the first time you play the game. You just like, you're trying to kill them. You're like, they're not dying. Like, you don't know what the hell's going on, but you gotta like get multiple hits and hit them when they're grounded. Yeah. So yeah, then like memorizing what's in the barrels. Like most importantly, like you want to like if you're playing the game, like you want to memorize where the horse power up is in the stage that the horse is available. Oops, takes a dynamite death. Speaking of deaths, he's gonna get extended every 1 million points, or no, 100,000 points.
100,000.
Sorry, yeah, 100,000 points. So I think he's estimating he's probably gonna get up to 1 million points here if he actually gets to the end of the game. So 10 extra lives, right? You know, he's gonna get a lot of lives, and then there's also lives in the stages themselves through items that you get. That's the Shichi, the pinwheel. That'll give extra life. Then you have like score items. The cow, the Capcom cow is a decent score item. Then you have like that little like mosquito enemy, or the little
dragonfly.
Yeah, the dragonfly. I think gives quite a bit of more points than the cow. I think.
Then there's also POW items that act as smart bombs that kill most on-screen enemies as well. That pop up intermittently. And then you get the skulls later on.
Yeah, the skull. If you grab the skull, it powers you. It takes away each of your power-ups. So,
yeah,
you don't want to get that. Sometimes it's there's like a couple points where it's just better to be able to move through a certain area, so you might grab a skull there. But yeah, so it's like getting good at this game is like kind of memorizing like which barrels are like important ones to break, because when you're learning it, you're just like breaking all the barrels, and it can get really distracting because you're trying to figure out what's in the barrels. But when you're attacking the barrels, they have a lot of HP, so it's like you just waste your time. So you got to learn like what's in the barrels somewhat to get good at the game. All right, so this is probably like the first hard-ish boss, maybe. I think it's the Ninja Darts, right? Ninja Darts. Yep. So like he's kind of teleporting around. When he throws like the little knit shurikens. He's gonna want to like kind of like strafe as he does that. He's vulnerable like after he lands after throwing the shurikens in general. There he goes. Ninja Darts down.
Nice.
Fun fact: the bullets on the flyer, the wanted flyer after the stage, are randomly placed. But see that diagonal one pretty often for whatever reason. Cutter Boomerang. I think he's a relative to Boomer Quanger from Mega Man X. I mean, it's Capcom after all, right? Yeah.
Ancestor.
I always like to make that joke for whatever reason. He does throw boomerangs, and they're pretty annoying. He throws 2 boomerangs at once that kind of like home in on you and then like swing around. It's kind of annoying. His name is Cutter, and his weapon is a boomerang. I guess that makes sense because Roy Knife, like Knife isn't his last name. It'd be kind of weird, right?
Oh yeah. I just consider them like, gangster nicknames.
Yeah, then like the horse, like yeah, except like Ninja Darts is throwing shurikens, so that's what the sprite looks like. Unless like I don't know why he called them darts. So like that's like a mistranslation or like something like that.
Probably.
Darts, shurikens, whatever. You both of them you throw at a wall, so pretty much darts. Yeah, so Dent has, like, he's built up his power-ups. He's got stacks going on down there. So now when he dies, like, he doesn't have to worry about, like, losing his power-ups. You get the bull there, shoot the bull, and then it charges down the screen.
Don't get hit.
Yeah, talking about the horse. Horse takes 3 hits, and then, like, if the stage has multiple horses, you'd probably want to consider losing the horse intentionally, because the only way to refresh the horse is by losing it and getting a new one, so you can actually get 3 more hits. Here's a Boomer Quanger.
Alright.
Is he going to throw any boomerangs? It's actually RNG if he throws them or not.
Ooh.
Got him. Yeah, just
Nice.
just wrecked. Yeah, sometimes if the grays are kind of like going out of hand. See, that's like I said, the grays are like the other boss of the game. Like, it's not even the bosses that are that hard. It's the fact that the grays are spawning in during the boss. And like, you don't want them to get behind you, because that's when the boss gets threatening.
Right, they can get easily overwhelmed if they go the wrong way.
Yeah, because you'll throw those boomerangs out, and like, yeah, they kind of just like end up taking up a lot of the screen space. And then if you're dealing with the grays at the same time, it can get kind of ugly. But yeah, Dent's off to a good start. He's building up his lives. He's looking pretty good right now. He is going for a clear here. I don't think he's necessarily doing a lot of scoring. Like, scoring is pretty shallow in the game. Like, to do a score run, you basically just want to milk the bosses as long as possible, which is cool because it's challenging. And then, like, you want to not die so that you can then collect the cow power up at the last checkpoint over and over. There might be better spots to like checkpoint abuse. I'm not sure, but anyway, like, yeah, you just kind of redo the final checkpoint over and over once you get there, and you get the Capcom cow, and then like you just milk the enemies over and over, and gradually get you more and more score.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, people definitely do score runs of the game, though, and yeah, it's pretty impressive to milk the bosses as much as the super high scores do and whatnot. Because, I mean, it's just like it's just an endurance. All right, so this is like where like you need a strategy here. So he leaves the guys in the window alive, and that's what prevents too many spawns of the gray spawns. Yeah, those windows are preventing an excessive amount of spawns. So basically, like, you take out those first group of spawns, and now it's like there's a lull in spawns, and there's not going to be any more for like a good while. So this like gives you a really good opportunity to get a quick kill on this guy. So fighting this guy normally just is not good. Look how fast the fireballs go; they're lightning fast, and like those aren't even like aimed all the time. Sometimes they're off center. So like you can't fight that guy like normally because he just like fires it off center or not off center, and it's like it's just too fast. Yeah, so yeah, and then like the bosses do have contact hitboxes, so that was actually really close to getting killed there. Just barely off from touching him.
Almost earlier too, he got hit too because the boss just like jumped super close to his location.
Yeah, that was really close, really close. And then if he had died, just, you know, there's a number of checkpoints, but certain bosses, if you die, it's pretty rough. I think this is round 6 now.
Yeah, round 6.
Yeah, like in this round, it's super important to go into the boss with the horse because the boss of this stage is arguably one of the toughest of the game outside of the last boss, probably. Without the horse, like, you're really at the mercy of the grays spawning in, as well as the boss's movement, and if the boss lets you like damage them. So yeah, this stage kind of has like 3 big sections, and it goes on for quite a while. Really long stage, and it's got multiple horses. So yeah.
There's also some like unique enemy types for the stage, right, too.
Yeah, like these Mohawk guys, they're basically grays. I think they might be. I don't know if there's a difference between them and the grays, but they're the grays of this area.
Okay.
Yeah, the Mohawk men.
No, I was just looking because like some of them are just like sprite swaps, but apparently some of the spear/arrow tribesmen have projectiles that go further, but can be shot down.
Yeah. Shooting down those spears is really finicky too. Like you can't rely on that necessarily. Can be kind of intense. So yeah, this section's kind of tricky here. Kind of get limited in your movement from the TPs.
Yeah,
grabbing the little dragonfly there, very nice. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna have the next horse coming up. Basically, a good way to remember that the next horse is coming up here is you're gonna see the Capcom logo on this rock up here. That means that you're approaching the next horse. Yeah, there it is, right there on the right. See that? Capcom loves putting their logo in their games in this era. It's in San and whatnot. But if he had taken some horse hits, he could have possibly refreshed the horse there. But it seemed like he didn't take many hits, so
yeah,
he's good to go. There's gonna be one more horse then, and he's gonna have to go a while with this one. Yoshichi once again is a 1-up, so then once again, like those power-up stacks and the 1-ups down there don't account for past 5. So I believe he's got more than 5 1-ups right now. As well as his power-ups are likely stacked higher than 5 as well.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah. And it's really not that hard to keep stacking them up. Like, you do have ample time, especially when you know what's in the barrels and whatnot. And yeah, once again, like, Dent's like hanging back in a lot of cases here because all these spawns are predetermined how they come in, and it's just a matter of anticipating them and taking them out immediately.
Yeah. There's a few locations too where there's just going to be ambushes, so you do want to hang back.
Yeah, I mean, that's really like the main difficulty of the game is getting used to how these enemies spawn in. It's a very difficult game, for sure, but like, yeah, like anything else, like you play it enough, you start to learn where all these dudes are coming out. And then you get better at like managing the 3 different shots and whatnot, and yeah, it's a pretty intimidating game for a lot of people. But I mean, yeah, it's tough, but you get better at it. I mean, it's Capcom. What do you expect? It's gonna be fucking tough, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, got another 1-up. Nice.
Looking good. That star is a pretty beefy point item. Oh yeah, those dynamite didn't mention the dynamite, but oop, stop! He lost the horse here. He's got one coming up. Horse is coming up on the left. It's coming up right now. It's gonna just hang out. It's right there on the left. Just mind a couple of these spawns. Okay, so now it's very important that he does not lose the horse. If he loses the horse, his run is in jeopardy. That's just how it is. Because this boss is just absolutely brutal. Dent is really good at keeping the horse here, so I think he's probably going to be okay. I tend to struggle a bit more myself. But I think he probably will be good. I see him keep the horse here pretty often.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like he's doing a pretty good job managing his position.
Like even if you only have 1 hit left over on the horse, like that's still a really good advantage on this boss. Because even with the horse, you can still see this go out of hand. So yep, here we go. This boss is pretty tough. Let's see what happens here. Watch the spawns coming from the side. He's gonna be really managing those. So yeah, it's multitasking here. He wants to take up the graze, but he also needs to watch the movement of the boss because he really needs to take damage opportunities. This is the big opportunity to get damage. Getting good RNG, great RNG. Loses the horse, getting just a little bit more damage. Got it. He got it. He's through. Nice. All right, hey, we're out of there. Yep, that's the big hurdle. Yep. So you lose the horse, you get invincibility for a little while. Yeah, that's really important to use that to try to get that last hit, and he definitely did. He definitely did that.
Just being aggressive right in front. That's what you want to do.
Because he got lucky with that RNG because the boss like landed it like close enough so that you can get the hits. And sometimes when he lands, it doesn't even let you get the hit. But then sometimes he like backflips and like the way back, it never comes down. Like you don't want that.
Oh no.
Yeah, like that happens actually pretty often. So he got lucky. Yeah, that was pretty good. Also, I'd say well executed though too. Like you do have that one lull, so like if you don't get the damage like at that first point, like it's those enemies kind of pour in a little too much, and then it just gets brutal. Right. But yeah, he definitely did it good. And moving on. Yeah, so I don't know. These next few stages, they seem to be not too bad. I mean, if you've gotten this far, they're kind of like the similar difficulty.
Yeah, I was reading some of the notes from Bill's guide. He's just mentioning watching out for all the knifers that just like to hop in.
Yeah, those are the assassins. Yeah, like if you're standing where they land, they do get a hit on you. Otherwise, when they're jumping around, they don't do shit. But
stay out of the way.
Yeah, they're not too bad. They're also worth good points though if you kill them. Oh, nice! You got like a little glitch there where like you like the enemies just kind of fly off screen. I think that is normal. I do believe that is a normal glitch. Nice. And there's some like weirdness. There's some like weirdness like that. I do believe there's like some screen wrapping shenanigans you can do too. Forget exactly how that works.
I think it just mentions like if you get kind of trapped in some of those river levels, and the screen's still scrolling, you get pushed to the left, it just warps you to like the next point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you can't get crushed by the stage. Yeah, in this game, which is nice. Yep. Yeah. So this guy, he loves to roll. I heard he actually speedruns Dark Souls. This boss, but he loves to roll. Gives him invincibility. But he's pretty easy. Yeah, that's the any percent Dark Souls world record holder. That boss. I just make that joke every time. I gotta make it again. I got a perfect platform for it. Anyway, yeah, round 8, Los Prubro double pistol. All right, yeah. So this guy, I call him Flanky McGee because that's the strat you got to use on him. You want to flank him. I think it's this guy and the next boss. But anyway, like, yeah, I think it's this boss that's actually really effed up if you die. Yeah, if you die in this one, if you don't keep the horse, it's really brutal too. So this is gonna be another rough section.
I heard there's like also speed kill you can do on the boss if you like position yourself like right in front of him, but
yeah, I think that's.
I don't know if he's gonna try pulling it off or not.
Yeah, I don't know. This boss is tough. There's no like super great way to do it, from what I can tell. Like, you just kind of gotta hope like the random spawns don't complicate like flanking them, or you can like you mentioned like a quick kill. It's basically like the boss has the double pistol. And so you can actually get in between the double pistol forward shot of the boss, and that's what allows you to get damage, repeated damage. Unlike some of the other bosses, I think this one and the next boss, they don't have the invincibility after getting hit. So like you can just pummel them with damage if you are in the right position.
Interesting.
Yep. And it's probably because the bosses are assholes and they just need to die immediately. Like there's definitely some rude stuff in this game, and this boss and then that previous boss. Oh, he went for it. Oh yeah. Oh yes, he went for it, dude. Very well done. Yeah, since he had the horse, he could afford to do that. That was, yep. There you go. Yeah, if you have the horse, like you're in there, man. Yeah, keeping the horse up to that point really tough. By the way, I never get that honestly. That's really good at keeping the horse.
Nice. Very nice.
Fat man machine gun. Yeah, so round 9, one more round after this one. This is the guy I call Flanky McGee, because like the strats just like get to the side of him and then shoot him, and it's pretty easy. And if you don't do that, you're probably not gonna beat him, because like his bolts are like really quick. Yeah, so like in this stage, like Dent's going to be like kind of hugging the right side of the screen, minding the gray spawns coming in. Eventually, there's going to be like a depression on the left side of the level. That's going to be where the horse is. Barrel that's going to be like inside of the building. And there it is right there.
Ooh, okay.
And then there's going to be another horse coming up in case he loses this one or gets hit by that one. Wait, what the heck? You didn't get the horse. Maybe. Wait a sec. I wonder if the barrel despawned. I don't know why he didn't get it. He's just going for the other one. There's another one here. That's the other one right here. It's by the well. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe the horse. Sometimes the barrels despawn. But yeah, I mean, I would have expected him to get the horse early there. Not sure what would happen. I thought that was the horse barrel there.
Well,
yeah, I mean, yeah, he might have preferred to get the second one, like Trap mentioned in the chat, because if you get the first one and like you take some hits, sometimes it's hard to take an intentional hit to refresh, and yeah, so maybe that was part of the strat there. Anyway, Dent's in great shape. It's been a great run so far. He's only had one death, as I recall. So yeah, he's in great shape to clear here. Flanky McGee. So yeah, he had to take out the spawns first and then get to the side of him. He's flanking him, and then just use the invincibility. Boom, dead.
Nice.
Yep,
okay,
you got him.
I think I missed that because I had to refresh, but
yeah, you got him. Yeah. Horus is really good to have for the bosses because, yeah, once again, you can afford a little mistake and then like use the invincibility to get that finish damage on. All right, round 10, the Wingate family.
Let's see if we can pull it off.
Yeah, it's a tough final boss. The first time you play this final boss, it's just you're like, what the fuck? This boss is like really unfair. What the hell was Capcom thinking? Is this even possible? What the hell is going on? Why am I still trying this? Etc. Etc. But it turns out that if you have this nice strategy of like kind of using this safe spot and like using it to camp, and then like kind of taking your opportunity to attack, he's actually okay to fight. So, but it's still really difficult because you're at the mercy of the random spawns during the last boss as well.
Right. I think Dent also told me when he was still working on submitting this game at the time that he was going to try incorporating a strat where he gets the Papa Wingate 2 fired to the right, so that would be easier for him to get hits in.
Okay, sweet. I like to see that.
Basically making it more reliable versus just most of the methods he saw up to that point.
Yeah, so it's talking about intentionally grabbing a skull. He actually intentionally grabs that one just because it's an easier path up here. He's actually on the home stretch now. This is he actually has reached the final checkpoint now.
Nice.
And he's got the horse, and he's probably just going to try to go for a clear with the horse here. Not going to go for any scoring or extra melting of points or anything like that. Of those, this is when you would do it. But yeah, here we go into the Wingate family. So you want to take out the henchmen on the right and left first. And then he's gonna go into this like spot in the bottom right and camp, and then he's gonna like just kind of like poke up when you think it's okay to get damage on the main last boss. And yeah, so he gets that first hit. That one's pretty much free.
Ooh, nice.
And then like the movement of the guy Poncho up there is he's gonna like randomly move left and right and whatnot. And you want him to move to the left so that you actually have room to like come up and attack. And he's at the left now. Dent's going to be able to take another opportunity to go in. It gets the second hit. Dent's got this.
Got it.
I don't know about Commentator's Curse, but I'm pretty sure he's got this now. He's got one more horse hit. He's got one more horse hit. He's going in. He's going to use the invincibility to finish it off. Yeah, that was a really good run.
Ooh, got it. Nice.
Yeah, one death run. Yeah, almost no miss. Yeah, really good run. GG.
Nice, GG, man.
Yeah, almost no difficulty with the final boss. Yeah, he just basically took the opportunities that were presented and used them, and got the clear. Yeah, it's a really tough clear, and yeah, did a great job to get it.
Good stuff, Dent.
Yeah, it's a brutal game for all the reasons that we talked about and whatnot. But yeah, like anything else with shmups and stuff, like you play it enough, you learn the patterns, you start to break it down. You broke it down pretty good there. Yeah, he made it look a little bit easy. but like we said, like he got some good RNG on those some of those bosses. It could have went differently.
Nicely done.
For sure.
Made it through.
Well, yeah, I'd say he actually played pretty damn good, and can't take that from him. Only died once, so
yeah,
pretty nice.
Pretty good for doing it live. So.
Oh yeah. Yep. Good stuff to Dent, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a great game.
Yeah, I've never seen it before, so it was cool watching it.
Yeah, Capcom classic.
Yeah, I feel like I could see it in an arcade growing up. Because I had played a ton of like Western-ish arcade games growing up. So.
Oh, he's going with the boats. He's going on a boat ride after this. He's going on vacation after this.
Nice.
Taking a vacation.
Nice.
Okay, well, awesome. Thanks for hopping on and doing commentary, you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. It was fun.
Let's see who's next.